Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your MC for this evening, Scott Russell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Great to be here. Welcome to the 41st Annual Great Valentine Gala, brought to you by the Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons, CFPDP, and presented by Scotiabank. First of all, can we have a hand? 41 years of this gala. Absolutely spectacular. And I have to say, it's certainly an honor for me to be here this evening and to try and fill the shoes of my predecessor, the great Suhanna Marchant, who hosted this event and performed this function for 27 years. And she's in Australia right now, but I know that Suhanna can hear your appreciation for all that she's done for this gala. I'd also like to wish my friend and colleague and one of your board members, Rob Snook, the very best. Rob is unable to be with us here this evening as he is broadcasting the Invictus Games in Vancouver, Whistler, British Columbia, which get underway this evening. How about a round of applause for Rob? You know, Rob and I both come from the world of sport, and we were absolutely amazed at the performances of Canadian athletes who won 29 medals, including 10 gold medals, and broke a number of Paralympic records at Paris 2024 this past summer. All sport is for all people, regardless of race, faith, gender, orientation, or ability. It is the most inclusive of life's pursuits, and tonight we will have many of those Paralympic champions in the room with us this evening, and you'll meet them in just a few moments' time. Yes, thank you very much. A real treat tonight. The entertainment this evening is from the outstanding Robert Pilon, renowned for his lead roles as the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera and as Jean Valjean in Les Miserables. It's going to be a spectacular show. We'll have a choir of 48 plus 7 solo singers and a 4-piece orchestra. It will be absolutely fantastic. So, with that in mind, and with our festivities this evening, I could ask you now to please turn off your mobile devices or put them to the silent mode. We acknowledge tonight that we're gathering on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. And we wish to recognize the enduring presence of many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. Please, ladies and gentlemen, rise as you are able and welcome the arrival of tonight's special guests, and please show them your appreciation. They are all champions of inclusion and accessibility. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Laura Dottore Attanasio, the Honorary Gala Co-Chair, President and CEO, Element Fleet Management, and recipient of the 2025 Honorable Vim Kochar Award. Sal Iacono, Honorary Gala Co-Chair and President and and CEO, the Cadillac Fairview Corporation Limited. Ruth Ann Onley, presenter of tonight's Honorable David C. Onley Award. One of my favorites, Taylor Lindsay Noel, recipient of the 2025 Honorable David C. Onley Award. John A. Adams, CEO, and Gaurav Upadhyay, Board Director, Primerica Life Insurance Company of Canada, the Corporate Award recipient. Chris Shaw, President, Shaw Family Foundation, Corporate Award recipient. And now, ladies and gentlemen, give a hand and warmly welcome our Paris 2024 Paralympic medalists and 2025 King Clancy Award winners. They are absolutely, each and every one of them, national treasures. Please welcome Raj Vishwanathan, the group head and CFO from tonight's presenting sponsor, Scotiabank. Raj will present tonight's podium checks to those incredible athletes. Finally tonight, and he told me all about the foundation before we got in here this evening, and so I've got everything down pat because of that guy right there, George Prespolowski, Gala co-chair and a director of CFP-DP. George. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Edith Dumont, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, accompanied by Tony White, Gala co-chair and director of CFP-DP. The Lieutenant Governor, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing if you are able and join me in welcoming Major Beverly Ivany, a director of CFPDP, to the stage. She will lead us in the singing of O Canada, our national anthem, and to say grace.
Our home and native land, to Please bow with me in prayer. Gracious God, our Heavenly Father, thank you just for who you are. Thank you for creating this world for us to enjoy. We're going through some unsettling times right now, but we trust you, God, because you are sovereign. So we thank you for our land of Canada. Continue to protect it, we pray. Thank you for this evening, and what a wonderful evening it's going to be. Thank you for each person present here tonight and each family represented. Thank you for the food that we're about to eat, and bless it to our bodies and bless those who have prepared it. And most of all, thank you for the greatest gift you have given to us, the gift of love. And may we continue to love well. Amen. Amen. Please be seated.
Thank you, Beverly. Thank you very much, Beverly. Now a very important person that I'd like to introduce, the Honorable Vim Kochar, known to all of us as just Vim. He is a visionary leader who founded the Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons and has volunteered his time and energy, his boundless energy, for more than 4 decades. He's one of a kind. He's steadfast, tireless, a champion, and he's a devoted friend to Canada's disability community. You know, Vim is a hard man to say no to. Many of you know that. He's hard to say no to because you try to live up to all the things that he has done for this community and for this country. It makes the country more accessible, more inclusive, and more humane in a time that calls for all of those things. Please give Vim Kochar, a round of applause for the incredible work that he has done.
Your Honors, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is with enormous pride that I welcome you and thank you for giving our foundation opportunities for 41 wonderful years to carry the torch of disability on your behalf. For that trust, I thank you. I am just overwhelmed with your affection and friendship, and when I look around the room, it seems I know each and every one of you. At 89, I am still alive and still kicking. I'm also a very proud Canadian. Canada has been good to me. Canada has given me opportunities to work and prosper. The country I love has also given me a wonderful, caring family, and now I'm blessed with the opportunity to give back. I must confess that the last 41 years serving as volunteer CEO of the foundation has been the happiest time of my life. We have organized over 100 major events from coast to coast to coast, raising over $40 million to fulfill our mission to make Canada the best country in the world. Best country in the world for people with disabilities. This makes all of us at the foundation very proud. Some of our legacies in addition to 41 Great Valentine Galas are. 34 years ago, we established and built Rotary Cheshire Apartments, the first apartment complex of its kind in the world. Today, 16 deafblind adults continue to live independently in this affordable, barrier-free environment. Canadian Helen Keller Centre runs it for us, and we are very proud of the entire CHKC team. For this project, my mentor and my friend, Joan McTavish, who will be 105 years in few months, is right here today. I think she deserves a standing ovation. Thank you. Joan McTavish was also at the short-turning ceremony of our $42 million, 56-unit CHKC apartment complex for deaf-blind consumers and other disabilities. Construction is ongoing, and we are very excited for its completion in the coming months by the end of this year. 31 years ago, we opened the Canadian Disability Hall of Fame at Metro Hall to give permanent recognition to Canadians with disabilities and those who support them. In 1996, 28 years ago, we built a permanent flame of hope lit by the Governor General Romeo LeBlanc to start our 12,000-kilometer Why Not Marathon for Paralympics. We reached over half the population of Canada to raise awareness about our amazing Paralympians. 40 years ago, our foundation pledged to make Paralympic gold as good as Olympic gold. I think we have done that. And also, we have helped to make our Paralympians the very best athletes in the world. 21 years ago, we started our podium fund and invited all medal-winning Paralympic athletes to our gala to give them King Clancy Award and podium checks for their medals. We will be doing it again this evening. Scotiabank has always been our podium fund partner, and we are grateful for their ongoing commitment and generosity. Thank you, Scotiabank. When I was senator in 2010, I had the opportunity to convince Finance Minister Jim Flaherty and Prime Minister Stephen Harper to support the Paralympians same way as the Olympians. And to my surprise, they did. And I'm glad to see the Canadian Paralympic Committee has recently obtained funding for Podium Fund to reward Paralympians same as Olympians. We are continuing with our Podium Fund, and Paralympians will now receive more for their medals than Olympians, first time in the Paralympic history. Through our Seat at the Table program, we have created awareness and opportunities for highly qualified professionals with disabilities to join public company boards. Our associated endowment funds program has raised millions of dollars to help students with disabilities become leaders of tomorrow. I could go on, but I want to congratulate all the award winners this evening and thank you to our sponsors, led by our presenting sponsor for 20 years, Scotiabank, and all the foundation board and team. Once again, thank you for supporting us. Please keep coming, keep helping, and keep the flame lit, and together we will continue to make the difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vim. And as you can tell, and as he alluded to, he has got lots of energy. Vim Kochar, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic. You know, I spent 39 years at the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. I broadcast 17 Olympic Games, 8 Paralympic Games, Commonwealth Games, Pan American Games, and traveled the world to see the power of sport, and in this case, the power of Paralympic sport. And as I mentioned off the top, sport is for all people. I'm now the Chancellor at Nipissing University in North Bay, Ontario. We are a small but mighty university, a progressive university, which has a strong school of nursing and a faculty of education, and we are extremely important to the region. We have a high percentage of disabled full-time students, the highest percentage of full-time Indigenous students of any university in the country. The person that I'm about to introduce is an educator and has made an incredible difference to the fortunes of education in this province and in Canada. It's what she stands for, the right to an accessible education. I would now like to welcome the Honourable Edith Dumont, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, to bring official greetings from the stage. Your Honour.
Honorable Vim Kochar Awards recipients, distinguished guests, and I am so glad to see members of the Vice-Regal family here, the Honorable Elizabeth Darswell and Ruth Ann Onley. Good evening, bonsoir, bonjour. Je suis ravie d'être parmi vous ce soir et avec ce thème de la Saint-Valentin, difficile de ne pas sentir qu'il y a de l'amour dans l'air. It is my great pleasure to join you tonight. And may I say that with the Valentine's theme, I can truly feel that love is in the air. Trust me, I speak French, the language of love. I know these things. As the representative of the Crown in Ontario and as the honorary patron of this remarkable organization, I offer my sincere thanks to everyone at the Canadian Foundation for physically disabled persons for putting on this beautiful event. Since its inception, the Valentine Gala has had a tremendous positive impact on organizations, programs, services, and housing for Canadians with disabilities. This gala holds a special place in my heart because it reminds Ontarians how accessibility is not simply a feature of a good and just society, it's foundational. What you do matters, and I'm so proud to celebrate with you. To the awards recipients, I offer my warm congratulations. You have led by example, from being vocal advocates to creating diverse work environments to expanding access to post-secondary education to competing at the very highest level of athletics. On this note, I would like to congratulate our medalists from the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. I think I can speak for everyone here when I say that you have done our country so proud. As my predecessor, the Honorable David Onley said, accessibility is that which enables people to achieve their full potential. And this is what brings us together tonight. We know that as a society, we must ensure that every Canadian's potential can be met. The only way to do so is to establish a legacy of inclusion. Although significant challenges remain, it is encouraging to see so many people across Ontario and throughout Canada working hard to make that dream a reality. Each one of us has a role to play. C'est vrai, les avancées sont nombreuses, beaucoup de travail reste à faire, mais nous savons que nous avons toutes et tous un rôle à jouer. Merci de votre dévouement indéfectible. Thank you for your unwavering dedication. Enjoy the evening. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech. Yes, you go.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. And isn't it nice that Her Honor wore a red jacket in keeping with the theme of this evening? Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a favorite part of the evening, and one where we do a little work. Tombola, CFPDP's popular game of chance. You've had a chance to look over the wide selection of amazing prizes which are in the catalog on each of your tables. Now you have a chance to win one or more of those prizes. But where are the balloons? Before we bring in the tomballooners, here's what you need to know. Balloons are $60 each, and you are guaranteed a prize. Every balloon contains a number inside the red envelope, which corresponds to one of the prizes in the book on your table. And proceeds from Tombola, all the sales go directly to CFPDP projects, and you heard all about those from Vim. In the interest of speed, please have your cash or check or credit card slip ready. And here is the credit card slip that is on each of your places, and they can be used to purchase Tombola balloons and or make a donation to CFPDP. For our longtime Gala attendees, get ready to enjoy an exciting and completely reimagined Tombola experience. The organizations that support CFPDP are contributing towards a more sustainable and inclusive world. So Tombola has been transformed with that in mind. The balloons are now beautiful red mylar hearts, and you can take them home, give them to someone here tonight, or drop them off at the Tombola room as a donation. Tonight's balloon supplier will deliver all of the donated balloons and leftover decorations to Sick Kids Hospital tomorrow. Prize numbers are contained in the red envelopes attached to the balloons. And some of this year's top prizes include tickets to a Toronto Maple Leafs game. And as you know, the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to win the Stanley Cup this year. Craig Berube has the team on a roll. Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner and Matthew Nyes and William Slick Willie Nylander are ready to go. You can also win tickets to see the Toronto Raptors, along with Canadian NBAers R.J. Barrett and Kelly Olynyk. Or you can win dinner for two at the Michelin star restaurant Hashimoto, a one-night stay at the Royal York or the Great Wolf Lodge, a dozen beautiful long-stemmed roses for you or your sweetheart, delicious chocolates from Purdy's with Braille packaging, and so much more. So please, buy a balloon or balloons and test your luck, and don't forget to fill out the credit card form on the pink slip to make your donation. So let's give a huge, great Valentine welcome for the Tom Ballooners who are about to do their work. Here we go. And each of the Tom Ballooners has extra pink slips in order for you to make your donations. And you can pick up your gifts throughout the evening in the Toronto room until 11 p.m. Every balloon wins a prize, big or small. Good luck to everyone. Nice. How you doing? Good to see you. You got your fall filled out? Way to go. I like it. Very good. Thank you. You got it? Yes. Okay. Do you? Can you say that louder? This person here has a, you miss me? You miss me on the CBC? Thank you. I'm around, but I'm not taking it personal. Okay. Fantastic. Thanks so much. Great to be here. Good to see you. Hi, how you doing? Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Very nice to meet you, and my deepest feelings.
All right. Congratulations. You got the balloons. Good. Way to go. How you doing? Great to see you. How are you doing? You got your slip filled out all there? Fantastic. Way to go. No, I live in Toronto still, but I go up to North Bay 8 or 10 times a year. Yeah, really enjoy it. Fantastic. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Who? You did? Wasn't he in New Orleans before? No, he was in Utah. Right. Okay, so they won't see Kelly Olynyk, but they'll see R.J. Barrett. Awesome. Yeah, that'll tell you the number that you got. Right inside the envelope. Nicholas. Oh, where's Nicholas? Is he here? Oh, there he is. Hey, Nicholas. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. Are you in? Where are you? In Red Deer now or Parksville?
Red Deer still.
Are you? Good. And your sister?
Yep, sadly.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we'll see you up on the stage later. Okay. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. Everything going all right? There's Charlotte. Yes. How are you? Good. Hi, Tess. How are you? So we'll see you up there, and we'll do a little Q&A. Okay. All right. How are you doing, Tess? Good to see you. Congratulations on everything. Yeah. So you
I
did.
know you very well because, I watch
But you visited North Bay and you visited. You met Dr. Walmsley. Kevin Walmsley's the president of the university. I know. Don't worry, it's okay. I won't say anything bad. But, no. Yep.
The garden, they made
Yes,
a garden
yes.
outside, so I thought at one point there's so many nice places where you can study in Ontario, and this place got my head and all the relationships with First Nations and
And I'm the chancellor, and I know I don't want to keep you, but our university for a long time was in a deficit position because of the new international. We're in a surplus this year. Our president has done such good work, and we're in good shape. We're very important to the community, as you know.
Yes, I'm honored. Hey, can I have one? Can
Yes.
I have one? No, but send this one.
And you'll send them to me? Thank you, Christine. It's so nice to meet you, and I hope we see you up in North Bay soon.
Well, I can go back, but I spent 3 days. I'll go back.
Okay, thank you. Okay? So I'm going up? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could quickly have your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. And please give yourselves a big hand because we sold out of balloons, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. And just a moment before we eat our meal, the proceeds, as I mentioned, are going to make Canada a more accessible and inclusive country, and it's such welcome news. I can see a lot of smiles in the audience. Talk to a few people. Great prizes in tonight's balloons. And just a reminder, there will be another opportunity to win a prize tonight, and that's our door prize. And there is still time, if you haven't entered your business card or filled in a slip, to put in the draw drum, which is at the reception table. The door prize will be drawn following Robert Pilon's performance at around 10 p.m. this evening, and you need to be here in the Canadian room to receive the prize. Tonight's door prize is generously donated by our travel sponsor, Air Canada. And yes, Air Canada. How about Air Canada? And the prize is 2 economy class round-trip promotional tickets valid for travel to locations within North America, the Caribbean, or Hawaii, but excluding Mexico City. And that's on flights operated by Air Canada Express, or Air Canada Rouge. Thank you also to tonight's national media sponsor, Post Media. And CFP-DP thanks Canadian Hearing Services for their generous sponsorship of the American Sign Language interpretation and captioning, which is going on for tonight's gala. And we welcome ASL interpreters Lisa Mose and Sarah Vargo and captioner Marlene Finnegan for being with us this evening. Please show them your appreciation for the sign language this evening. The Valentine centerpiece, beautiful flowers on each table, will go to the person who has been to the most great Valentine galas. Or if you are at a table of new supporters, the centerpiece will go to the person who is closest in age to 41 years of age. So you're lucky that I'm not sitting at your table tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, two more moments, please, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to draw your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if I could just have your attention for a couple more moments. Could I draw your attention to the screens, please, for some of our special guests who are with us here this evening, and we're so grateful to have them in attendance. And also, the Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons would like to recognize and thank our corporate sponsors. We couldn't do this without them, for their continued support. Thank you again to Scotiabank for being tonight's exclusive presenting sponsor. We are also grateful. Yes, give them a hand. Thank you, Scotiabank. We're also grateful to Deloitte and Element Fleet Management, tonight's platinum sponsors. Thank you. Thank you to the Canadian Helen Keller Centre, CIBC, Qatari Group, and McKinsey & Company for being our gold level sponsors. Thank you. Cadillac Fairview and the Donald F. Hunter Foundation, the Hal Jackman Foundation, and Primerica Life Canada are our silver sponsors. Thank you. And most importantly, because in times like these, it is Canadian wine on your table tonight, the CIBC Capital Markets made sure it was so. Thank you, CIBC Capital Markets. As dinner is being served, we encourage you to join the online conversation. CFPDP's social media channels are listed on the screen, and we'd love to see your special memories from tonight's 41st annual Great Valentine Gala. So please post away, and please, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your dinner. See you in a few moments. Thank you.
Through candid social media videos, she emphasizes that accessibility isn't optional, but essential. She founded Cup of Tea, a luxury tea brand that has been named not once, but twice to Oprah Winfrey's favorite things list. And she gives back as a Holland Bloor Review Kids Rehabilitation Hospital Foundation board member. The Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons is pleased to present its 2025 David C. Onley Award to Taylor Lindsay Noel.
Thank you, all of you, so much for being here tonight, and thank you to the Onley family, especially for this incredible honor. Being here as the recipient of the Honorable David C. Onley Award is not just an honor, it's a profound reminder of the power of resilience, community, and the relentless pursuit of accessibility for all. The Honorable David C. Onley once said, "Accessibility is not something nice to have. It's a basic human right." As a quadriplegic woman and a full-time wheelchair user, I know firsthand the barriers that can make the simplest of tasks feel impossible. But I also know the power of hope. The hope that comes when we break down those barriers, not just for ourselves, but for everyone who comes after us. This award is not just for me, it's for every person who has ever felt unseen or unheard. It's for those who have been told that their disability defines them, when, in truth, it's our determination, our voice, and our courage that defines us. To everyone in this room, let's continue to fight for a world where accessibility isn't an afterthought, but the foundation. A world where every single person belongs, where every space is open, and where no one is left behind. Thank you so much to my family, my friends, and especially my mother for always championing me. And thank you all for being here tonight and for believing in this mission. Together, we will create a future that is truly accessible for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Taylor. I remember meeting you for the first time at Sports Seneca, and you are such a great champion of inclusion and accessibility. And Ruth Ann almost left the stage without roses on Valentine's Day at the great Valentine Gala. But Ruth Ann, thank you so much for presenting this award. It's such a wonderful award in David's name. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Each year, CFPDP presents the Corporate Award to recognize companies and organizations that have gone the extra mile to support people with physical disabilities. The award acknowledges genuine vision and exemplary actions that make our workplaces, our communities, and our society inclusive for everyone. Would honorary co-chairs Laura Dottore, Atanasio, and Sal Iacono please come to the stage? They will present this year's corporate award to two incredible organizations. Our co-chairs, ladies and gentlemen.
So nice to see people I know. A little comforting. Good evening. Sal and I have the pleasure of introducing tonight's first corporate award recipient. Primerica Life Insurance Company of Canada is being recognized for diversifying its corporate board and leading by example. In September, Primerica appointed Gaurav Upadhyay to its board of directors. I saw Gaurav, there we are. Gaurav is an impressive senior financial, risk, actuarial, and insurance executive who contracted polio when he was 3 years old. His expertise and background make him an ideal board member. In addition to ensuring diversity on its board of directors, Primerica Life Canada has DEIB, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, as a priority with mandatory training for all employees in managerial roles and above. CFPDP is pleased to present tonight's first corporate award to Primerica Life Canada. Please welcome the CEO, John Adams, and board member, Gaurav Upadhyay, to accept the award and to say a few words.
Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's an honor to accept this award on behalf of Primerica Canada and its 10,000 agents across the country. And by the way, I just met one of them for the first time in this room. He came up to me in his wheelchair. And so Anthony, it's really great to meet you because you're a big part of our company. From its founding, inclusion has been a core principle of our company. And so I cast a wide net in search of a new director. I'll be honest, I didn't focus on persons with disabilities going into the search. However, I was fortunate to find Gaurav in the process. As an actuary, and with his excellent experience and appreciation for what we do, he's very well qualified to be a director of a life insurance company. He's also a super nice guy. But there's so much more. As he described growing up with a disability and moving to a strange country as a teenager, it struck me that this experience provided him with other important attributes: resilience, perseverance, strength of character. These are things that any organization would want to have in its directors. And so our decision to bring Gaurav on was easy. For those of you with responsibilities for attracting and retaining top talent, continue to cast a wide net and include those with disabilities. For those that have faced challenges in life, you have so much to offer. Continue to make what you have to offer known to everyone you can. I wish you all the very best in your endeavors. Thank you so much.
Good evening. Primerica Life Insurance Company of Canada is a very successful company with a strong mission to provide financial security to middle-income families. I'm very happy to be able to join the board and apply my experience from 25 years in insurance leadership and 10 years of board work, including at the American Express Bank of Canada. In reflecting on the recruitment process, I'm appreciative that Primerica took the opportunity to look at a wide and diverse candidate pool beyond their own networks, so I was happy to be able to apply and join. I do encourage other companies to follow the example of looking at broader candidate pools, and this would include the many highly experienced professionals at CFPDP's Seat at the Table program. Everyone's unique and brings their rich experience to the table. Having a diverse board not only enriches the discussions at the board table, but also shares a strong message within and outside an organization that it is interested in working with varied talent, customers, distributors, and other business partners. I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know John, my fellow board members, and the Primerica team. They're highly professional and knowledgeable and kind, and I look forward to working with them in the years ahead and supporting the companies in its continued mission. I do also want to thank Vim and the CFPDP for all they do in showcasing and the success of people with disabilities and championing more of them to also get a seat at the table. So thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to introduce tonight's second corporate award recipient. The Shaw Family Foundation is being recognized for its impactful work in healthcare and dedication to expanding access to post-secondary education for students with disabilities. Now, the Foundation's generous $1.3 million gift, with matching support from universities, colleges, and CFPDP, will help create over $2.8 million in endowment funds. It also brings CFPDP's Seat at the Table endowment funds to initiatives closer to achieving a $5 million nationwide impact. Now, the 13 endowment funds, one in each province and territory, will provide support for students with disabilities for generations to come. The Shaw Family Foundation has asked that the endowment funds be named after the Honorable Vim Kochar, CFPDP's founder and volunteer CEO for the past 41 years. Now, this is to recognize Vim's extraordinary legacy in improving accessibility and opportunities for Canadians with disabilities. The family-run foundation is also having an incredible impact across Canada and around the world through many other initiatives in education and in healthcare. CFPDP is pleased to present tonight's second corporate award to the Shaw Family Foundation. Please welcome President Chris Shaw to accept the award and say a few words.
So first of all, thank you for a very kind introduction, Sal. So, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's my great pleasure to be presenting Shaw Family Foundation to set up a pan-Canadian scholarship for all folks that have ability and want to rise to great occasion. As Nelson Mandela said, education is a great equalizer. At Shaw Family Foundation, we are strong believers in creating opportunities all over the world, regardless of the barriers, as long as students have motivation and ability to do that. And particularly, we're honored to be able to name this in name for Wim Kosher, who I only have known for less than a year, but got to understand his work and very impressed with what he's done through his lifelong, so he deserves a great recognition. We're very happy to be doing that. So with that, thank you. Thank you. And at the Shaw Family Foundation, we also hope this encourages and inspires others and motivate others to contribute in their own way to make the world a better place for all of us to live in, regardless of country, the skill set, or abilities they have. So hopefully people will contribute towards that. So with that, I'll say thank you and good evening.
All right. Before we leave the stage, Sal, feels more comforting having somebody up here. We want to take a moment to thank all of you for being here this evening. Your continued support is so incredibly important. I'm sure it warms Vim's heart to see this, but it's so incredibly important that we continue to show up every year. So on behalf of Sal, we want to thank everyone for coming out once again this year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Laura and Sal. And congratulations to Primerica Life Insurance Company of Canada and the Shaw Family Foundation and Chris. You know, they join a prestigious group of organizations that have made such a difference and have been honored over the years. And all of us here and this entire foundation appreciate your support, but more importantly, your leadership in taking this foundation and this mission to where it is today. It's so very, very honorable. As a tribute to the incredible legacy of CFPDP's founder, the Honorable Vim Kochar, an award celebrates individuals who have significantly impacted the disability community and our entire country. The honorees are often quiet champions with an unwavering commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. They are leaders who embody the values that they speak about. They motivate and inspire others, and they ask them to uphold similar values and to, most of all, make a difference in our communities. Tony White will now present the second annual Honorable Vim Kochar Award. Vim, also please join us on stage as the award is presented, and we know, Vim, that you've got plenty of energy left. Tony.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year's recipient of the Honorable Vim Kochar Award is Laura Dottori Atanasio, President and CEO of Element Fleet Management. Laura is being honored for her commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, outstanding leadership in creating opportunities for people with disabilities, and dedication to giving back. Her steadfast commitment shines through in everything she does. Leading Element Fleet, fostering inclusive business environments where everyone feels valued and respected, and creating dedicated programs to hire individuals with disabilities, which she did successfully during her tenure at CIBC. Laura's passion for making a difference extends beyond her professional life to her community and nationwide. She has co-chaired the fundraising committee for the Children's Aid Foundation of Canada, led the United Way of Greater Toronto's major individual giving cabinet, and serves on CFPDP's A Seat at the Table selection board to help increase the representation of disabled professionals on corporate boards. Laura and her family also made a generous personal donation to create an endowment fund in partnership with A Seat at the Table for students with disabilities at Ontario Tech University in Oshawa. Please come to the stage, Laura.
Okay, it's nice and stressful being up here. I am going to do this quick because we don't want Vim standing too long. So I prepared my remarks so I wouldn't ramble on, as some of the people I work with know I can do. It's for you guys. All of us here tonight have the ability to make our communities stronger, to create a more level playing field for everyone, regardless of ability. We can amplify voices, we can break down barriers, and we can create opportunities so that everyone can thrive. The real honor this evening is actually not the award. It's having been blessed with meeting Vim Kochar well over a decade ago. We got to have lunch together, and I'll always remember that day. Vim is not just a smart businessman, a very well-connected, dare I say, politician on the side. He is a dedicated husband and father, and I got to meet some lovely children and grandchildren. He's been a fabulous friend and an inspiration to me and to so many people in this room. Now, Vim is a great example in that he didn't just sit back and think about how society could be better. He went into action, and he started, and I have a hard time with this, CFPDP. We're going to have to do a name change, Vim, before you turn 90. So he went into action, and not because he needed something to do, and this is very important, not because he felt sorry for anyone. Vim actually never had anyone in his life that had a disability. Vim happened to have met someone and saw someone with a disability, and he was actually inspired by what this person could do. And then he realized that we don't live in a fair world, and he decided he was going to do something about it. And that's how he started this organization, and he has never sat back since, and he's never, for any of you who have given money or time, he's never taken no for an answer. His drive, his passion are beyond comparison. And Vim, I only wish that I can have your drive and energy when I'm 89 years old. All right, I'm coming to the close, Vim. It's like I want to get back to my seat. I want to thank you for teaching me and reminding me and all of us here this evening that each of us, and that's each of us, have the ability to make our communities much stronger. Each of us has the ability to create a more level playing field for everyone, regardless of ability. We can amplify our voices, we can break down barriers, and we can create opportunities so that everyone can thrive. And so thank you again for coming this evening, and thank you, Vim. And I would love if we could all stand up for those who can, and we can give Vim a round of applause that he so well deserves.
Congratulations, Laura. You know, your work and commitment over the number of years, and as the honorary co-chair of the dinner this evening and the gala this evening, are creating such significant change because, as we all know, in Canada, this province, diversity, equity, and inclusion are making all of our communities stronger, and it's something that we as Canadians live by. The King Clancy Award recognizes individuals whose outstanding accomplishments have helped to increase public awareness about the potential of persons with disabilities. Through their efforts, these individuals have inspired others to reach for their dreams. CFPDP established the King Clancy Award in November of 1986 to commemorate the contributions of King Clancy as an inspirational humanitarian. I'd now like to invite three-time Paralympian. He's a gold medalist, a sprinter, a high jumper, the former managing director of Parasport Ontario. He's also been a world record holder many times, and he's a great champion. Please welcome Jeff Thiessen to the stage. Jeff will present tonight's King Clancy Award. Jeff.
Thank you. As Scott mentioned, the King Clancy Award is going to be presented to recipients, medal winners, I should say, of the 2024 Paralympic Games in Paris. And it's a real honor for me to be presenting the award to these athletes because 40 years ago, not 41, 40, was Vim's second gala. But it was the first where he started celebrating athletes with disabilities, Paralympic athletes, when it wasn't even called the Paralympics at that time. And I, as a 19-year-old athlete, was part of that first team that got recognized and celebrated. When we didn't have much fanfare across the country, we didn't really have any media coverage either. Our eyes were wide open when we came into the Royal York here for the pomp and pageantry that Vim shared with us. So Vim, 40 years later, it's an important night to athletes. You've really, really recognized us as well. Thanks. Okay, I would like to call George Preslowski, tonight's gala co-chair and director. Laura, this is hard for me too. The CFPDP, I'm going to go with foundation from here on. And Raj Vishwanathan, group head and CFO for Scotiabank, to the stage. In addition to being our 2025 Gala's presenting sponsor, Scotiabank has been a generous, ongoing partner in the Foundation's Podium Fund for more than 20 years. The foundation created the Podium Fund in 2004, that's 20 years ago, to provide financial rewards to Paralympic athletes who win medals at the Winter and Summer Games. And as a pioneer in providing financial rewards for Canada's Paralympic medalists, the foundation applauds the Canadian Paralympic Committee for the inaugural distribution of the Paralympic Performance Recognition Program funded by the Paralympic Foundation of Canada. And together with this foundation's Podium Fund, as Vim mentioned earlier, Paralympians are now receiving more for their medals than Olympians. So Vim, your dream exceeded for sure. Congratulations again on that. George and Raj will join me for the King Clancy Award and podium check presentations to our Paris Paralympic medalists. So we have them with us. And we will begin from the sport of swimming. He went to the 2024 Paralympic Games as a Commonwealth Games champion and a world champion. And he performed brilliantly in Paris, winning 3 medals, 2 golds and a silver in the pool. From Parksville, British Columbia, Nicholas Bennett. Our next winner has an incredible Paralympic resume, starting in London in 2012. Since then, she has piled up an incredible 13 Paralympic medals, including gold in the 400 freestyle in Paris. She and Nicholas were recently named Swimming Canada's Para-Athletes of the Year. From Montreal, Aurélie Rivard. Our next winner, a 3-time world champion, a Commonwealth Games medalist, and a multi-time Para-Pan Am Games gold medalist. In Paris, she claimed silver in the 200-meter individual medley and a bronze in the 100-meter breaststroke. From Caledon, Ontario, Tess Routliff. Yes. Our next winner was a Paralympic swimmer way back in 2016. Then he switched to cycling and made his way all the way back to the Paralympic Games. He's a 2-time world champion and in Paris earned a silver medal in the 14K time trial. From West Vancouver, Nathan Clement. This athlete played elite hockey and wheelchair basketball and is now a cyclist. In a 10-month span, he won 4 medals at the Para-Pan Am Games, 2 more at the World Championships, and topped it off with a bronze in the pursuit in Paris. From Quizpamis, and I hope I say that right, Alexandra, New Brunswick, Alexander Hayward. Our next winner comes from a family of athletes. Both parents were Olympians, and his grandfather played in the NHL. But he's carved his own trail, winning gold twice at the World Championships. He took gold in the 1,500 meter at the Tokyo Paralympics, and that's on the track, and backed it up with a silver in that event in Paris. From Victoria, BC, Nathan Reich. Also from track and field, a 3-time Paralympian. He went to Paris after winning silver and bronze at the 2023 World Championships. He broke a world record at the meet in Switzerland last summer, and then went on to Paris and won 2 Paralympic medals, including gold in the 800 meters. From Oakville, Ontario, Austin Smeek. Our next winner, no doubt the tallest man in the room at over 7 feet. His accomplishments tower overall as well. He represented Canada in sitting volleyball before switching his focus to shot put. And after winning gold with a Paralympic record in Tokyo, he retired. But thankfully came back to win another shot put gold in Paris to defend his title. From Kamloops, British Columbia, Greg Stewart.
Could use it.
Our next winner is a multi-sport athlete as well. She is a wheelchair rugby player and now a world-class paddler in para-canoe. She has been a very consistent performer for Canada, winning 5 medals at the World Championships and has qualified for 2 Paralympic Games. In Paris, she took silver in the VL2 category. From Ottawa, Brianna Hennessy. Our next winner competed in her first para-triathlon just 8 months after being injured in 2018. And she hasn't stopped since. Last June, she won her first career title on the world circuit, and then in Paris, swam 750 meters in the Seine River, powered through 20 kilometers of hand cycling, and finished off with a 5K wheelchair race to earn a hard-fought bronze medal. From Winnipeg, Leanne Taylor. And now to the sport of sitting volleyball. Canada's women's team, coached by Nicole Ban, qualified for its third straight Paralympic Games in Paris. No easy feat. And then the team bounced back from a loss against Brazil in the round robin to beat Brazil, the reigning world champions, 3-0, mind you, in the bronze medal game. This to win Canada's first ever medal in sitting volleyball at the Paralympic Games. Congratulations, team. Let's meet Team Canada. She's the captain on the court, a paramedic off the court, a dynamic point producer and leader from White Rock, British Columbia, number 3, Danielle Ellis. As a side note, and it was breaking Paralympic news this week, after 12 years representing Canada, Danielle announced her retirement. So one more applause for a 12-year amazing career. This athlete has been on the national team for over a decade as well, part of the silver medal winning team at the 2022 Worlds, and competing in 3 Paralympics. From Carleton Place, Ontario, number 7, Anne Ferguson. She made the team in Tokyo and Paris and was in the starting lineup in the bronze medal game. From Melfort, Saskatchewan, number 2, Julie Cozen. This player scored Canada's first point in the bronze medal match in Paris. She's also a model, a disability advocate, and an influencer from Edmonton, Alberta, number 17, Allison Lang. A setter for Team Canada, playing in her first Paralympic Games. Off the court, she's a doctor of acupuncture and a registered massage therapist. On the court, she's a Paralympic bronze medalist from Vegreville, Alberta. Number 9, Sarah Malenka. The other setter for Canada, part of the national team since 2015, named best server at the 2020 Paralympic qualifying tournament. She's a 3-time Paralympian from Calgary. Number 4, Jennifer Oakes. Canada's scoring in the bronze medal game against Brazil was led by this star. She's also a 3-time Paralympian. And in that final game in Paris, she piled 18 points, including 9 aces. From Neerlandia, Alberta, number 11, Heidi Peters. Another longtime member of Team Canada, also a member of 3 Paralympic teams, so you can only imagine the gratification to win that bronze medal. She's the veteran of the team, great promoter of the sport. From Burnaby, BC, number 15, Felicia Voss-Shafiq. She's the team's defensive specialist, the libero. She's also a mom of 2, a business owner, and a 3-time Paralympian, and now a bronze medalist too. She lives in Pembroke, Ontario, grew up in Alberta. Number 8, Jolanne Wong. And finally, certainly last but not least, she has been a mainstay on Team Canada for a decade, winning medals at Para-Pan Am Games, World Championships, and now Paralympic Games. From Edmonton, number 14, Kaylin Wright. There's going to be a group photo with George and Raj, and then Daniel is going to share a couple of remarks on behalf of the team. But before I go, one last time, the Paralympic Pride of Canada. Danielle.
I'd like to take a very quick moment to thank everybody for being here and making this just so extraordinarily special for us. I know that this event has been going on for 41 years now, and that is incredibly remarkable. I myself am a 3-time Paralympian, and in 2025, I have never felt more love than I have this year. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for this phenomenal night, and congratulations again to everyone. I will now steal the introduction for Danielle. Have a great time.
I mean, I think he just said it right there, but honestly, on behalf of all of us that are here tonight, all the athletes that have come before us, and honestly, all the athletes that are to come, we just want to express our gratitude to the Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons, not only for your financial support, but making us, more awarded than Olympians is pretty amazing, but for your ongoing work fighting for equity in sport. I don't know if, all of you really know how much that means to us. So honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for everybody here.
Thank you very much, Danielle, and congratulations on your retirement and on your wonderful career. Thank you very much, Jeff Thiessen, a Paralympic champion. Wonderful job tonight in introducing all of these fantastic athletes tonight. Once again, Canadian Paralympians at Paris 2024 won 29 medals. 10 of them were gold. And you know what was beautiful about these Paralympic Games? The athletes marched down the Champs-Élysées. They wound up at the Place de la Concorde at the opening ceremony, and they proved once and for all, with all of your support, that Paralympians are no longer participants. They are full-fledged competitors and athletes first. So give it up for our wonderful champions who are here tonight. Now listen, I'm extremely excited about our entertainment tonight. Robert Pilon is going to be here, wonderful voice. You've seen him in Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables, and I have a feeling we might hear Bring 'Em Home tonight from Robert. He's got with him a choir of 48 people, 7 individual singers, an orchestra of 4. It's going to be Broadway right here at the Royal York in Toronto, and I can't wait for that. But they've got to set up the stage, and while they do, we're going to have a little fireside chat with 2 of our wonderful Paralympians, and there they are right there. They're going to take their seat, Greg is going to go to that chair to the far right there, and Aurélie Rivard is going to be right there. And I'll tell you who these people are. And I mean, Jeff did a wonderful job of introing these people. Greg Stewart is 38 years old. He's from, yes? He's a senior citizen from Kamloops, British Columbia. He went to Thompson Rivers University in Kamloops. He has a degree in business administration with a specialty in human resources. And he's an author. He's a 2-time gold medal champion in the shot put. He played U Sports basketball for the University of Thompson Rivers and was the Defensive Player of the Year in U Sports. And why wouldn't he be? Look at him. He's 7'2". Aurélie Rivard is from Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec. 6-time Paralympic champion, 13 Paralympic medals to her credit. She's a 3rd-year law student at Laval University in Quebec City. She has a pool named after her in her hometown of Saint-Jean-Richelieu. It's called the Aurélie Rivard Pool. It's at the Claude Raymond Sports Center, and she is an absolute Canadian treasure. So how about a hand for these 2? We're going to have a little chat as they set up the stage. They each have a microphone. Greg dropped his right off the get-go, but that's okay. Aurélie, first to you. I know you are immersed in your studies right now at Laval, and you're going to graduate this year. But when you see this kind of support for what you did as an athlete over the course of your career, what does it mean to you to have these people on your side?
Yeah, well, the first time that I was here on the stage, I was 16 years old. It was 12 years ago, and it feels crazy to be back here and to have been able to have a long career. Now, my friends are so tired of me saying I'm old, but I feel better with Craig here, 38. But no, we say it all the time, it's so cliched, but it takes a village together. I'm the only one here speaking, but without the support of everybody that surrounds me, with you guys here even, just the fact that you're present to support the present generation of Paralympians and also the next one means the world, and we need you guys to keep going. Canada, I think, is doing really great, is getting better and better in terms of medals. We're getting more and more medals, and we can thank you guys for that and for all the support that we're getting in the country, so it's amazing.
It is amazing. It is absolutely fantastic. And Greg, you wrote a children's book called Stand Out, and it was about the journey for young people, no matter what their differences are, to learn about believing in themselves. Tell us about that and how much that journey's meant to you.
I think all of us in this room, whether you have a disability or not, are always trying to find that inner voice that brings us peace, that brings us love, that brings us joy. There's often so many distractions and there's so many different things going on in our lives that it's really difficult to hear that voice, to hear it properly. And Stand Out is all about, finally taking that time to hear the love that is within us and learning about the importance of understanding who we truly are. And honestly, standing out. I know I stand out everywhere I go.
Yes, you do.
the irony of the joke as well, or of the book, but it's true. And I think it's important, though, that, you know, if we were to look around at everyone in this room, every person in here is different, even the twins. Everyone in here is different, and it's understanding and recognizing that difference about you, because that's what makes you you. And when you're able to see that and understand it and identify it, it's literally the greatest superpower you could ever have. And once we learn to understand that, we become a superhero.
Beautifully said, Greg. Beautifully said. Orly, one of the things that has, I know, been so important to you over the course of your career is the concept of mentorship, people to look up to, not only people who surround you in your community of Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, but someone like Benoit Huot, who has won more than 20 Paralympic medals over the course of his career. How important have those mentors been to you, to go back to what Greg said, in believing in yourself, believing that this was possible?
Yeah, I think I've been speaking about Ben for 12 years straight. He's the one who made the biggest difference in my life and career, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here right now. So I think, you know, it's so important to have people believing in you that can actually hold your hand. That's the first thing that Ben told me when I was 13 years old. I was a kid, very insecure, didn't know what to do with her life. I wasn't sure I wanted to be a swimmer. I wasn't sure I loved swimming. I wasn't sure I had the capacity of being an athlete. And then I had Ben, who told me that he was going to be there for every single step of the way. He was going to be there to hold my hand and walk me through everything, and he did. And it's probably the reason I'm here, you know, right now, tonight, 12 years later, and with everything that I've accomplished. Of course, I have to be grateful for my family, and the reason why I got all these medals is the work that I put in the pool, but also for the amazing support that I've had from the older athletes. They're the one who really paved the way for us, and hopefully we can do the same for the younger generations, because it makes such a difference when you have somebody who can understand you completely. You know, having to explain and understand what it's like to be minutes away from defending a gold medal, you know, at the games is very hard to understand for a lot of people. Not everybody's been through it, but having that kind of support is very, very essential. So no, Ben has been amazing. He was, you know, I still talk to him every single week, and yeah, he made the biggest difference in my life.
Yeah, what a great guy he is. Benoit Huot, such a great champion for Canada and an advocate for the Paralympic movement. Hey, Greg, you know, one of the things, and I remember talking to you when you were in Paris, and you just won that gold medal, and we saw you win it at Stade de France, and you know, the crowds in Paris were exceptional at these games, rivaled perhaps only by the London Games, your first games in 2012. But what was that like, to be able to compete in front of those huge crowds and have them appreciate what you do?
Well, I'm a shot putter, so we never get a crowd, so this was huge. But yeah, it was incredible, and what made it even more incredible was Tokyo, there was no one there. You know, we didn't get to celebrate with anyone. We didn't have the opportunity to experience with our team, our family members. And this time, my fiance at the time, now my wife, and my parents were there, and I got to celebrate with them. It was one of the, greatest, honestly, one of the greatest experiences I've ever had at a competition. The competition itself was very intense. Orly said it perfectly, like those days and minutes leading up to when you need to defend your title is like one of the hardest things I have ever done. And it was hard because it was so real and it was so raw and it was so vulnerable. But to be able to do it in front of, I think we had 40,000 in the morning and they had 80,000 in the afternoon people watching. So it was an incredible experience. Being able to ring the bell was something that I don't know if there was any other athletes other than track and field.
No, it was track and field, that's right.
Yeah, so any athlete that won a gold medal in track and field got to ring the Notre Dame bell, which was then put up into Notre Dame recently. So yeah, being able to do that and witness the greatness that was going on Stade de France was pretty incredible.
It was absolutely spectacular, and the crowds were so appreciative. I remember watching the visually impaired soccer final, which was at the foot of the Eiffel Tower, and the final was between Argentina and the home team from France, and it ended up going to a penalty shootout. The crowd was packed, immense. There was that iconic image of the Eiffel Tower there, and France won on the penalty shootout, and it was one of the most spectacular things that I've ever seen. You know, where do we go from here? You're a law student and going to graduate soon from Laval, and there will be another life for you, Aurélie, beyond your Paralympic and athletic experience. What has this taught you about what you can do?
That's a big question. Well, 5 minutes ago on stage, Craig told me that I wasn't allowed to retire. So now I'm considering going to LA. But now, swimming, I realized actually this year that I spent more than half of my life on the national team. And so swimming's been my entire life. But it taught me so much more than just the sport. It pushed my limits. And that's one of the reasons why I'm in law school as well. And I know I have so many opportunities in front of me. So I'm very grateful for the sport. I'm still debating on what to do next. But I'm very excited for the future. Well, maybe we'll be in LA, maybe we'll not. But if Craig is going, then maybe I should. So we'll see.
We'd love to see you at the next games in Los Angeles in 2028. We talked earlier, Greg, about vulnerability and being able to express that as a male athlete, as an athlete in general, as a human being. It's an important lesson to learn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the hardest thing that we can ever experience. If you really think about it, think about any time you've been vulnerable and how extremely uncomfortable it was. But then think about what you learned from it, right? Learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I think being a male, I think being a 7'2" male, and talking about vulnerability is a very vulnerable thing to talk about. I'm grateful that I can walk into a room and own it without opening my mouth, but also recognize that I'm going to share my heart. I'm going to share my feelings because those are what matter. But there's two things I really want to say really quickly, just about something that was spoken earlier. Thank you for your support. Speaking of vulnerability, everyone just take a look around the room, honestly. Like, look at all the faces, beautiful faces, the dresses, the suits, everything like that. We are here to support other people, but that's not why we're here. We're here because we like the feeling we get for giving. We are here because we're doing it for ourselves so that we can feel good, right? And I think that takes, I want on my side, acknowledge all of you for that. Thank you. Thank you for giving from your heart. Because it takes a lot of vulnerability, and it takes a lot of work to create that. So on behalf of me, I just want to say thank you.
Sorry, go ahead, Greg.
One thing I think people with a disability, this is totally my opinion, but be very grateful for your disability. Because able-bodied people can't see their disabilities. They can only see their disabilities through us. If you really think about it, when an able-bodied person looks at us, they are experiencing that vulnerability because they can't see their differences because they, in a way, look the same. But if we are grateful and can acknowledge our disability and how much of an impact it makes on the environment around us. Be grateful for that, because you're only making the people around you better.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, they're both Paralympic champions, and I said this earlier, and I truly believe it. And I remember talking about this when I signed off for the final time at CBC at the end of the Paralympic Games in Paris. These people are national treasures. They are the greatest ambassadors that our country could possibly know. They represent hope, and they represent hope in a peaceful way, which is what the world needs right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Aurélie Rivard, Greg Stewart, Paralympic champions, national treasures. Thanks so much. Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're really excited to have Robert Pilon here tonight. And my podium is gone right now, but I want to get this straight. Robert Pilon was proud to have played the lead role as Jean Valjean in Les Miserables and the Phantom in The Phantom of the Opera, both in Toronto productions and on tour. And you know what? I loved hearing him sing Bring Him Home. It was so powerful to hear that song. He was awarded the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal for his contribution to our men and women in uniform and first responders, including 7 performances in Toronto, Ottawa, and New York to mark the 9/11 anniversaries, and finally in Gander, Newfoundland, the home of the Come From Away story, where we welcomed hundreds of airplanes from the United States who sought refuge in this country. Robert has patriotically lent his talent to several overseas UN peacekeeping force tours. He was a proud member of the CTV family, appearing in several television specials, culminating in his award-winning special, A Canadian in New York. He was honored to sing for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II in the televised Canada Day celebration. Robert was moved to sing at Vimy Ridge in 2018 as the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I was marked. And in June of 2019, he performed for the CBC's coverage at Juno Beach for the 75th anniversary of D-Day. He's looking forward to singing at the festivities marking the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Netherlands this coming May. Robert is pleased to dedicate himself and his voice to select charities, and tonight he's delighted to be here to celebrate the 41st annual Great Valentine Gala in support of the Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to put on a great show. Please welcome Robert Pilon.
The day we arrive on the planet and blinking step into the sun, there's more to be seen that could ever be seen, or to do that could ever be done. Some say eat or be eaten. Some say, live and let live. But all are agreed as they join the stampede You should never take more than you give in the circle of life. It's a wheel of fortune. It's a leap of faith. It's a band of hope till we find our place on that path unwinding in the circle of life. Some of us fall by the wayside, and some of us soar to the stars, and some of us sail through our troubles. Some have to live with the scars. There's far too much to take in here, more to find that could ever be found. The sun rolling high over sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round in the circle of life. It's a wheel of fortune. It's a leap of faith. It's a band of hope till we find our place on that path unwinding in the circle of life. It's a wheel of fortune. It's a leap of faith. It's a band of hope. We find our place on that path unwinding in the circle of life. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. Can we have the house lights a little lower? I don't think we need to have them this bright at this time. And maybe not. There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure to be here. First of all, thank you for your act of giving. Not only your time, not only financially, but bringing focus to this very special charity. This song was originally recorded by Barbra Streisand, and it's about leaving this world a better place for the next generation. And it's called At the Same Time. Think of all the hearts beating in the world at the same time. Think of all the minds and the stories they could tell at the same time. Think of all the eyes looking out into this world trying to make some sense of what we see. Think of all the ways there are of seeing. Think of all the ways there are of being. Think of all the children being born into this world at the same time. Feel your love surround them for the years they'll need to grow at the same time. Think of all the hands reaching out into this world. Think of all the things that we can do. Yes, if the hands we're reaching with could come together, joining me and you. When it comes to thinking of tomorrow, we must protect our fragile destiny. In this life, there's no time to borrow. The time has come to be a family. Think of all the love growing from our hearts at the same time. Yes, think of all the light of love can shine around the world at the same time. Just think what we've been missing, and just think what we could lose. These children's lives are in our trembling hands. It's time to overcome our fears and join to build a world that loves and understands. It's time to think of all the hearts beating in the world at the same time. At the same time. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to see the Tyndale Community Choir a little later on. Thank you so much right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Tyndale Community Choir. This is one of my favorite songs. I originally recorded it on the first album, but it was made quite famous by Bette Midler. And it's called Wind Beneath My Wings. It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You've been content to let me shine. You've always walked a step behind. I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. Only a face without a name. I never once heard you complain. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything I'd like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, but you are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared to go unnoticed. I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. I would be nothing without you. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything I'd like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, but you are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Oh, and I can fly higher than an eagle, but you are the wind beneath my wings. Fly, oh fly, oh fly, Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I think, do we have a medley? Okay. So I don't know if there's some audience members here that love Gershwin, but I thought I'd choose a few songs of some of my favorites of Gershwin. I've got rhythm, I've got music, I've got my gal who can ask for anything more. I've got starlight, I've got sweet dreams, I've got my gal who can ask for anything more. Old man trouble, you won't find him, you can't find him around my door. I've got starlight, I've got sweet dreams, I've got my gal who can ask for anything more, who can ask for anything more. It's wonderful, it's marvelous, you should care for me. It's awful nice, it's paradise, it's what I love to see. You made my life so glamorous, you can't blame me for feeling amorous. most wonderful, it's marvelous that you should care for me. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is oh, your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up a-singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, nothing's gonna harm you. With Daddy and Mommy the way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all of that. No, no, they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. I let the drums roll out. I let the people shout, coming one and all, strike up the band. Hear the cymbals ring, calling one and all to the martial swing. Strike up the band. There is work to be done, to be done. There's a war to be won, to be won. Come, you son of a gun. Here's the plan. Fall in line, yay, bo. Come along and let's go. Hey, leader, strike up the band. There is work to be done, to be done. There's a war to be won, to be won. Come, you son of a gun. Here's the plan. a line, yea, bow. Come along, let's go. Hey, lead us, strike up the band. Well, that woke me up. This gentleman has been a guest in my show quite a few times, especially overseas. He has been all over the world. We're very lucky to be able to have him tonight. He's actually in between two events. Ladies and gentlemen, could I introduce you to Dr. Draw? So I happened to pick him up on the corner of the street, and I thought, you know, why don't you come and play? Isn't he marvelous? Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Drop. This song is a very special song. It is from Les Mis, or Les Miserables. Singing it, of course, in the show was a great honor. Singing it overseas for our men and women of uniform so that they return home safe and sound from a parent's point of view was an honor. I look forward to going to the Netherlands in May to celebrate the liberation of the Netherlands. And they were liberated by Canadians. This song is called Bring Him Home. God on a high, hear my prayer in my need. You have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home. Bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one. How soon they fly on and on. And I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace. Bring him joy. He is young. He is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This young lady I have crossed paths with now several times on the stage. She has her own show, and it's always a pleasure to share the stage and actually do this wonderful duet. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabby Epstein. So, how are you?
Good.
Yes?
Having a great night. How is everybody doing? Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations, everybody. Congratulations.
Such an honor to be here singing this with you.
Thank you very much, Gabby, as well. Right back at you. So this was originally done by Judy Garland and Barbara Streisand.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. And so I think I'm being Judy.
You're going to be Judy. I'm going to be
Judy.
Babs.
Yep.
I'm going to be Babs.
Yes. And she has a wonderful show, by the way, called...
It's called Gabs Sings Babs. And guess what? In that show, Gabs sings Babs.
Does she?
Surprise, surprise.
So a little of Happy Days.
Let's do it.
Forget your trouble.
Happy day.
Come on, get happy.
I hear again.
You've got to change
Skies
all your
are
tears away.
Clear again.
Shout hallelujah.
Oh, let's sing a song.
Get happy.
Cheer again.
Get ready for the judgment day. The sun is shining.
All together.
Come on, get happy.
Shout it now.
The Lord is waiting to take your hand.
Shout it now.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's tell the world.
Come on, get happy.
About it now.
Get ready for the promised land. Heading across the river, soon your cares will all be gone.
There'll be no more from now on.
From now on, forget troubles. Come on, get happy.
Here again.
You've got to chase all your blues away. Shout hallelujah. Come on, get happy.
Here again.
Happy times.
Happy times.
Happy nights.
Happy nights.
Happy days are here Gabby Epstein, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have this wonderful group of young, talented performers who not only perform here in Toronto, at the Shaw Festival, the Stratford Festival, and they're the next generation of those musical Broadway hits. They are going to do a medley from Phantom. Their names, or the name of the group is called Edge of the Sky, run by Anne Merriam. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Edge of the Sky.
Sleepy sad. trying too hard to put you from my mind.
Recall those days, look back on all those times. Think of the days you never do. There will never be a day when I won't think of you.
Masquerade, paint their faces on parade. Masquerade, hide your face so the world will never find you.
Here in this room, he calls me softly, somewhere inside hiding. Somehow I know he's always with me. He, the unseen genius. Christine, you must have been dreaming. Stories like this don't come true. Christine, you're talking in riddles, and it's not like you. Angel of music, guide and guardian, right to me home. Who is this angel of music? Hide no longer, secret and strange
Let me be your shelter. Let me be your light. You're safe, no one will find you. Your fears are far behind you.
All I ask is freedom, a day with no more night, and you always beside me to hold me and to hide me.
And say you'll share with me one love, one lifetime. Let me lead you from your solitude. Say you need me with you here beside you. Anywhere you go, let me go too. Christine, that's all I ask of you.
You'll share with me one love, one lifetime. Say the word and I stay with me each night, each morning. Anywhere you go,
night time sharpens, heightens each sensation. Darkness stirs and wakes imagination. Silently the senses abandon their defenses. Slowly, gently, night unfurls its splendor. Grasp it, sense it, tremulous and tender. Turn your face away from the garish light of day. Turn your thoughts away from cold, unfeeling light, and listen to the music of the night. Close your eyes and surrender to your darkest dreams. Purge your thoughts of the life you knew before. Close your eyes, let your spirit start to soar. And you live as you've never lived before. Softly, deftly, music shall caress you. Hear it, feel it, secretly possess you. Open up your mind and let your fantasies unwind in this darkness which you know you cannot fight. The darkness of the music of the night. Let your mind start a journey through a strange new world. Leave all the thoughts of the world you knew before. Let your soul take you where you long to be. Only then can you belong to me. Floating, falling, sweet intoxication. Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin, and let your darker side give in to the power of the music that I write. The power of the music of the night. My song take flight. Help me make the music of the Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It has truly been a pleasure to be a part of this evening. I'd like to close with a piece of music from Les Miserables. Everybody come on stage. Won't you please welcome them back? No matter what today brings, there's always another day. This is one day more. One day more. Another day, another destiny, this never-ending road to Calvary. These men who seem to know my crime will surely come a second time, one day more.
How can I live when we are parted?
One day more.
A little touch. Most of them are gone, and so they won't miss much. One day to a new beginning. Raise the flag of freedom high. Man will be a king. Every man will be a king. A new world for the winning. There's a new world to be won. Do you hear the people sing? One more dawn, one more day, one day
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Safe journey home.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And how about one more hand for Robert Pilon and all of the performers here this evening? Just a couple more things tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and it's been a wonderful evening. It's almost time to draw now for our incredible door prize. Would Gala co-chairs George Prespolowski and Tony White, as well as Emily Ashe, Director of Linguistic Solutions for Air Canada, please come to the stage and we'll make the draw. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you must be present in the Canadian room here tonight to claim the door prize. Tonight's door prize is generously donated by Air Canada. It's 2 economy class round-trip promotional tickets valid for travel to locations within North America, the Caribbean, Hawaii, but excluding Mexico, on flights operated by Air Canada Express, and Air Canada Rouge. Here we go. Let's draw the prize.
We've driven.
Okay. We have drawn the prize, and the prize winner tonight is Joe Millage. Joe Millage, are you in the room tonight? There's Joe right there. Come on up, Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, before Tony and I exit the stage, we want to say a final thank you on behalf of the Canadian Foundation for Physically Disabled Persons. So there, I've used the entire name instead of those little initials. And that's because of the entire community of disabled that we have focused and served for the past 41 years. A special shout out to you, Scott, as you have been an outstanding MC for tonight's Valentine's Gala. Thank you so much for taking on this role, particularly when you've replaced someone who did it for 27 years, Suhana Marchand, after she retired last year. So it's been wonderful having you, and we hope that you will consider coming back again next year. Thank you as well to Sal and Laura, our honorary co-chairs for this evening's gala. We greatly appreciate your time and your support. And Tony, over to you.
All right. Well, I've just been handed a gift, and I believe it's for Scott. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone for being here. What a great night. We'll see you all, I'm sure, in October at the Disability Hall of Fame luncheon, and also back here in another year for the 42nd annual Great Valentine Gala. Thanks again. Hope you had a good night. We certainly did.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So we come to the close this evening. I want to thank George and Tony. What a wonderful event this has been this evening. Particularly gratifying for me to see all of our Paralympic champions here. It struck me in Paris that we went through a Renaissance Games and we crossed a bit of a threshold, and that these men and women of sport were seen as athletes first and foremost. I'm proud to be an honorary board member of the Paralympic Foundation of Canada, along with Rick Hansen, Wayne Gretzky, Senator Chantal Petitclerc, and we continue to celebrate these wonderful champions in our midst, and really they're just ordinary people who are capable of such extraordinary things. I'd like to thank the Great Valentine Gala Organizing Committee, all of our amazing volunteers, the Tom Ballooners for making tonight a wonderful success, and thank you to my friend Christine Payne, who brought this all together tonight. How about a hand for Christine Payne? 41 years, ladies and gentlemen. For more than 4 decades, the Foundation has been shining a spotlight on the abilities of people with disabilities. And together we're making Canada the best and most accessible country in the world, the most inclusive and humane country in the world for people who are living with a physical impairment. That's such an important thing in times like these. Please don't forget to pick up your tombola gifts by 11 p.m. in the Toronto room. You have 10 minutes. Our next event is the 32nd Annual Canadian Disability Hall of Fame Induction Luncheon right here at the Royal York, Wednesday, October the 9th. And of course, the 42nd Great Valentine Gala in February of 2026. It will be a special one on Valentine's Day, which is on a Saturday for the first time in many years, and we would love to see you there. In the meantime, please take your Why Not magazines on your tables home to learn more about tonight's award recipients and the important and ongoing work of CFPDP. Thank you. It's been an honor to be here. Be safe on your way home. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.